Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Olivia. Today, we are starting a brand new series called English Mistakes Native Speakers Never Make, and I'm really excited to guide you through it. In this video, we are going to focus on English sentences that sound correct but are actually wrong. These are tricky because they seem natural even to learners who know a lot of English. Many learners write or speak these sentences thinking they are correct, but native speakers would notice something is off. Let's go through some examples together, and I'll explain why they are wrong and how to fix them. The first sentence that often sounds correct is, I am agree with you. At first, it seems okay because agree is an action you do with someone's opinion, but the problem is in the verb structure. In English, we don't say, I am agree. The correct way is, I agree with you. Repeat after me slowly. I agree with you. Notice how the verb am is removed because agree already functions as the main verb. Warm smile. Many learners make this mistake because in some languages, you need a verb like am to connect the subject. But in English, learning these small details makes your sentences sound natural and native-like. Here's another example that sounds correct but isn't. She didn't went to school yesterday. The mistake here is in the verb tense. When you use did for the past tense, the main verb must be in its base form. So the correct sentence is, she didn't go to school yesterday. Repeat slowly with me. She didn't go to school yesterday. Feel how natural it sounds now. Friendly, warm. These little errors happen to almost every learner, and fixing them will immediately make you sound more fluent. Soft, thoughtful. Now let's look at one more example for today. I have visited London last year. Calm, teaching tone. This seems okay because you're talking about a visit, but the problem is the use of present perfect with exact time. Gentle emphasis. In English, we don't use present perfect with exact time expressions like last year. The correct sentence is, I visited London last year. Warm smile. Encouraging. Repeat slowly. I visited London last year. Notice how removing have makes it correct. Supportive, soft tone. By paying attention to these patterns, you'll start avoiding common mistakes that even advanced learners make. Calm, friendly tone. Another common mistake that sounds correct is, he is very good in English. Soft teaching. At first, it seems natural because good in English makes sense in your mind, but native speakers never say good in with languages. Gentle explanation, clear. The correct way is, he is very good at English. Soft smile, encouraging. Repeat after me. He is very good at English. Notice the preposition at, not in. Prepositions are tricky in English, but mastering them makes your speech sound much more natural. Slightly confident, teaching tone. Here's another one that sounds correct but isn't. I look forward to meet you. Gentle, clear. It sounds okay because look forward to is common in emails and conversations, but the problem is with the verb form after to. Soft coaching. The correct sentence is, I look forward to meeting you. Warm smile, supportive. Repeat slowly. I look forward to meeting you. Notice the ing form after to. This is a mistake many learners make, even at an advanced level. Calm, thoughtful. Let's see one more example for today. She suggested me to try the new restaurant. Soft teaching tone. It sounds natural, but the verb suggest doesn't take a direct object in that way. Clear, instructive. The correct sentence is, she suggested that I try the new restaurant. Gentle coaching, friendly smile. Repeat with me slowly. She suggested that I try the new restaurant. See how adding that I fixes the mistake completely. Supportive, encouraging. By learning these common patterns, you start noticing mistakes automatically, and your English becomes smoother and more accurate. Calm, confident. Remember, sentences that sound correct are often the ones that trick learners the most. That's why this series is so important for building real fluency. Calm, friendly tone. Another common mistake that learners often make is, I am very sure about it. Gentle teaching, soft smile. At first, it seems correct because very sure emphasizes your confidence, but native speakers usually avoid very sure. Clear, explanatory. A more natural way to say it is, I am sure about it. Supportive coaching. Repeat slowly. I am sure about it. Notice how removing very makes it sound more natural. Slightly playful, gentle. Adding unnecessary words sometimes makes your sentence sound awkward, even if the meaning is correct. Calm, confident. Here's another tricky one. He explained me the problem. Soft teaching. It sounds okay at first, but in English, the verb explain never takes a direct object like me. Gentle correction. The correct way is, he explained the problem to me. Warm, encouraging. Repeat slowly. He explained the problem to me. Notice the placement of to me at the end. Calm, reflective. Many learners make this mistake because in their native language, the object can come directly after the verb. English is a little different, and practicing these patterns is very important. Soft teaching tone. One more example for today. I am interested in learning English. Clear, instructive. The problem here is confusing interesting and interested. We use interested to describe our own feelings. Gentle coaching. The correct sentence is, I am interested in learning English. Supportive smile. Repeat slowly. I am interested in learning English. Notice the change from interesting to interested. This small change makes the sentence sound completely correct and natural. Calm, confident. By learning these common mistakes, you'll start noticing them in your daily speech, emails, or conversations, and over time, you'll automatically avoid them. Calm, friendly tone. Another common mistake that learners often make is, I have been here since 2 hours. Soft teaching. Clear voice. At first, it seems correct because we are talking about a period of time, but in English, since is used for a specific point in time, not a duration. Gentle correction. The correct sentence is, I have been here for 2 hours. Soft smile, encouraging. Repeat slowly. I have been here for 2 hours. Notice how using for instead of since makes it completely natural. Calm, teaching tone. Here's another tricky one. She is married with a doctor. Gentle, clear. Many learners translate directly from their language, but in English, we don't use married with. Soft coaching. The correct sentence is, she is married to a doctor. Warm, friendly. Repeat slowly. She is married to a doctor. Notice the preposition to instead of with. Slightly playful, gentle. Prepositions are small, but they make a big difference in sounding native. Calm, confident. One more example that often confuses learners. I explained him how to do it. Soft teaching. It sounds okay, but the verb explain never directly takes a person. Clear, instructive. The correct way is, I explained to him how to do it. Supportive, gentle. Repeat slowly. I explained to him how to do it. Notice placing to him after explain fixes the mistake completely. Calm, reflective. By practicing these common mistakes, you'll start noticing them in your daily speech, emails, or conversations, and over time, you'll automatically avoid them.
Here's another common mistake. I didn't do nothing yesterday. It sounds natural to some learners because in other languages, double negatives are okay, but in English, double negatives make a sentence incorrect. The correct way is, I didn't do anything yesterday. Repeat slowly. I didn't do anything yesterday. Notice how anything replaces nothing to make the sentence correct. Here's another tricky one. She is more taller than her brother. Many learners add more with a comparative adjective, but in English, we don't say more taller because taller already shows comparison. The correct sentence is, she is taller than her brother.
Repeat slowly. She is taller than her brother. Notice how removing more fixes the sentence completely. Another one that often confuses learners is, he said me that he was tired. It sounds okay, but in English we don't use said plus me. The correct sentence is, he told me that he was tired. Repeat slowly. He told me that he was tired. Notice the difference between said and told in English. By learning these small differences, you'll start noticing subtle mistakes that make your English sound more natural. Another common mistake that sounds correct is, I didn't saw him yesterday. It seems natural because learners often use the past tense after didn't, but in English, when you use did plus a verb, the main verb must stay in the base form. The correct sentence is, I didn't see him yesterday. Repeat slowly. I didn't see him yesterday. Notice how removing saw makes it correct. Here's another tricky one. He suggested me to join the meeting. It seems fine at first, but native speakers don't say suggest plus me plus to. The correct sentence is, he suggested that I join the meeting. Repeat slowly. He suggested that I join the meeting. Notice the that I structure. This is very common in English suggestions. Another one learners often say is, I am boring. Many people confuse boring and bored. Boring describes the thing, bored describes the feeling. The correct sentence is, I am bored. Repeat slowly. I am bored. This small difference makes your English sound much more natural. And finally, here's a sentence that many learners say, she is married with a lawyer. It sounds okay, but in English we always say married to. The correct sentence is, she is married to a lawyer. Repeat slowly. She is married to a lawyer. Notice the preposition to. Small changes like this make a big difference. By noticing these small mistakes and practicing the corrections, your English will sound much closer to what native speakers say naturally. And that's it for today's video on English sentences that sound correct but are actually wrong. By learning these small mistakes, you can immediately make your English sound more natural and confident. Remember, even advanced learners sometimes make these mistakes, but once you know the patterns, you'll notice them instantly in your own speaking and writing. Pay attention to verb forms, prepositions, small words like anything or bored, and sentence structures. These tiny details make a huge difference in sounding native-like. Keep practicing. Repeat the corrected sentences out loud and try using them in your daily conversations. The more you practice, the more natural your English will become. Thank you for joining me today on Talk Olivia. Keep learning, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next video of this series. Bye-bye!